So, let's talk about one of my favorite anime for a bit. No, that one. Not that either. You're really bad at this, you know? I love Madoka Magica. I love the series, the movies, the manga, the figures. I love it. And I couldn't have been more ecstatic about another anime project being announced. More Madoka means less suffering for me.
Being Madoka is suffering.
So as a fan and seeing as I got nothing better to do, it's time for one thing that I know really how to do. Speculate. Now, my major point of reference is going to be the concept movie that was shown at the 2015 Shaft presentation. I apologize already for the off quality, as this is the only available video of it that I could find online. Also, there will be spoilers for both the original and for Rebellion, so if you haven't seen those, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Get on that shit now. Let's dive into this. So the first thing I noticed about the teaser was that there was a very heavy focus on Mami. Now, this makes sense as Mami seems to be the fan favorite for many people, and she has her own spin-off manga, The Different Story, which I highly recommend you read, by the way. So I'm going to base these predictions off the assumption that Mami is going to be the focus of the movie, though I could be entirely wrong, because I was the same guy who was convinced that Snoke was Darth Plagueis. So there you go. And it makes sense. Mami was the least used character of the original series, and she died only after episode 3. So of course they focus a movie around her and give her some time in the spotlight. Maybe now anime-only watchers can see and explore the friendship between Mami and Kyoko in more detail, which was shown in The Different Story. To support this point, we also see quite a bit of Kyoko and Nagisa in here, which again shows that Mami will probably be the focus. Kyoko has a history with Mami, as revealed in the manga, and Nagisa was basically BFFs with Mami in Rebellion, so I'm not surprised at this one bit. By the end of the trailer, we basically have a glowing Mami, and we see that she's probably gonna wreck shit, and by shit I mean Homura, because if she is your waifu, then your waifu is shit. Speaking of waifus, Sayaka is barely in this thing. Like, I know she'll probably more than likely have a role in it, but all we get to see is this fucking Hannibal Lecter shit right here. Sayaka's my favorite character on the show, so I really hope that she does something outside of, you know, being that fucking cat from Cats and Dogs 2, which is an actual movie that exists. I can only guess that Homura, who we see briefly in the short looking all evil and shit, probably put her in there in order for her to stop being a nuisance. However, in this regard, I'm honestly not really sure. One of the more interesting things about this is the focus on Tomi. We see her a lot in here, and it makes me believe that we might see her turn into a magical girl. To be honest, I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I think it would be cool, but we already have 6 magical girls on the show, and a 7th might make things more complicated than they need to be. However, the big thing I want to discuss is Princess Tutu over here. Madoka is seen throughout the trailer, dancing ballet and all that jazz, and what could it mean? Hell if I know. Yeah, this is one thing I don't really have any idea what it could be. Maybe in this version, Madoka is a ballet dancer, or maybe her new magical girl powers have something to do with dancing. Either way, she looks great doing it. You're doing great, girl. 10s across the board, and the surprising 7 from the Russian judge. Overall, I'd say it looks pretty fucking great. All this could be bullshit, and it probably will be, seeing as that none of my predictions are ever usually accurate, but we'll see when the thing is finally released, though I'm not sure exactly when that will be. I'm going to assume sometime next year, but that's my only guess. Anyways, leave down your predictions in the comment section below. You wouldn't want this motherfucker stalking you now, would you?